Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sports Pod. TSS is back after a long time. Like our last previous episode was on India at Olympics, and today we will be talking about hockey, like how dominant India was at one point in hockey, and then how the downfall struck hockey. So today with me is Utso, and we all are like gonna talk after a long time due to COVID reasons and everything, and we hope that everyone's safe. So today we'll be talking about hockey, like how Indian hockey was dominant at one point. So every 4 years, a billion plus Indians pray that our hockey team should win a medal at the Olympics, as it has done 11 times before. That is a big fact, and we need to face it that India's golden age of hockey is long gone, because that golden age was between 1928 to 1956. And there are some pundits that, however, would narrow it down to the period of 1928 to 36, when India won its first three Olympics uh, against all oppositions with incredible goal ratio of 97 is to 3, which is a big thing. That is acquiring a reputation of being magicians with hockey sticks. It was an era we automatically associate with the legendary Dhyan Chand and many other players. So we all know that India was very much dominant. India had done terrifically. India had performed terrific at the Olympics, and there are numerous stats, and there were many legendary players who helped India in becoming dominant in hockey. So India, like one of the stats that I know is that India won 8 gold medals as a hockey team at the Olympics. That is most by any country, followed by Germany with 4 golds, and Pakistan and Great Britain have won thrice each. So, also, like, what is your take? Like, India was very dominant, we all know, and there were maestro players like Veer Singh and Dhyan Chand and many other players. But, like, now we are not at the top, but still. So, what do you have to say about the dominance of India at the Olympics?
Yes, Abhishek, as you rightly pointed out, India has been dominant at Olympics since like 1928, and yeah, unfortunately, we are seeing a decline or the fall in the generations of hockey. But still, to the time when we were like that dominant, like we had like say in 1928, we won our first gold medal. Although it came under British India, but yeah, that was the first gold medal. And in continuing that legacy in 1932 and 1936 Olympics as well. So the hockey for India, like it's the essence. It's like everyone was proud of initially, and like even now, we as individuals, as sports fans, we want our hockey team to like win an Olympic medal, an Olympic gold medal at the upcoming Olympics as well. So absolutely, we have high expectations of Indian hockey team and the past. I'll take you to the past, like say in 1928 when we won our first gold medal, and in 1936, I'll tell you a story. I'll share you a story about the greatest ever hockey legendary player that India has ever produced, Major Dhyan Chand. So it was like in 1936, it was considered to be Nazi Olympics. So basically, it was the Berlin Olympics, and that it took place in Germany. And at that time, what happened was like Indian team had to face a lot of atrocities even before entering in that Olympics.
Olympics, yeah.
So uh, initially what happened was like in 19 during that time they had to take a 90-day journey to 90-day ship journey to reach Germany, and also they had to raise the funds just as to like participate in that Berlin Olympics. So it was like this stuff, and when they reached there after 90-day long journey via ship, they lost their what to say practice match against Germany. So the media and the buzz was that Indian team has lost his mojo after say like having won two gold medals at 1928 and 1932 Olympics. So the German, what do you say, the media was like very happy that they lost in the practice match, and like Germany can defeat them in the upcoming Olympics that had to start. So India started off well in the 1936 Olympics. and it reached till the finals. And in finals, they were facing Germany. So Adolf Hitler was there, the raucous crowd, 50,000 crowd stadium. It was there and all supporting Germany. And Indian team had all like it was like all against all the odds. And against all the odds, during the halftime, the score was like a very slender lead, a 1-0 lead for Indian team. And during that time, like it was such a physical match that German players, they were like physically what you say dominating Indians, and like Major Dhyanchand Singh, sorry, Major Dhyanchand lost a tooth during that first half. So it was that bad. It was that fierce. It was like a total hockey physical match. Like we see hockey matches nowadays also, it's not that physical. But during those time, it was that like do or die situation for both the teams. So during halftime, like Indian team went for introspection, like what they are doing right, what they're doing wrong. And Dhruv Singh and Major Dhyanchand, they got together. And what happened was like they got together and thought about like what should we do in the second half. So they came out with a plan. They went barefoot. They went barefoot, and it was like more like now they could like what to say the basically now having playing barefoot. So it made it more comfortable for the Indian team. And what happened after that was like that astonishing. Like they scored 7 goals. Scored 7 goals, and Major Dhyanchand scored a hat trick. And Adolf Hitler was shocked. Like he was like, how did this happen? Because like in the first half, when you're thinking it's 1-0 and like yeah, German team will come back and like they'll score one or two, and yes, Germany will win the gold medal. But second half, I don't know what happened with Indian team. Like they came out all force with all full force, and like they went for it, and they like won that match 7-0. Not 7-0, but yeah, they scored 7 goals, and Major Dhyanchand, he scored a hat trick. And post that, Adolf Hitler trying his all just to get Major Dhyanchand to join Germany, and he
Yes, he was
offered him
trying
also
to.
German citizenship,
Yes, he was trying to
lure
convince
him,
him that
yeah,
yeah,
lure him
yeah,
to Germany.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
but
that couldn't
Major
happen.
Dhyanchand being a patriot himself, and like he rejected that offer and came with his head held high, because during that time obviously they were India was not independent, but they had like even the players like they had the belief that yes, India is going to be independent in the future. And still patriots were there. Like during those times obviously a great offer, and like Germans were not expecting that he would reject this kind of offer, but he rejected it and he played for India. And today everybody knows his name. Every single person who's a sports person or not non-sports person knows his name, just because of his legacy and his hard work and dedication and the patriotism he showed for India.
Yes, for sure. Like he was always like adamant that he knew that India will be independent at some point and they will come back into the tournament in their best way, and they did. Like I know, as far as I know, that it is a record that for consecutive number of hockey gold medals, India had won six from 1928 to 1956. That is a big thing. But then in nearly 60 years, India have only won two gold medals and a silver and two bronze medals.
Yes.
So it tells us the story that how dominant India was, because to win six consecutive hockey gold medals is a very big thing. And it's
Big
it's a
thing, yes.
it's a big number. And I guess at that time the passion, the courage, the confidence to do, it was not only to do well for themselves. The players were not there to do well for themselves, but they had that courage to do well for the country, despite playing barefoot, as you mentioned, or with I would say with
Yeah.
limited amount of gears, like not having those good hockey sticks, maybe not having those training facilities, maybe, but still they had in them
Yeah.
that they can defy all odds and keep that winning momentum going. So, like, what do you think? Like, do you
Yes.
have any other thing to share with us, like about the dominance or about a player who was very much into the sport?
Yeah, yes, yes, Abhishek. In 1948, I'll tell you, like in 1948 Olympics. So Indian team had just got independence from Great Britain in 1947, obviously. And after that, like coming into Olympics, the team was disjointed, as in like there earlier in British India there were Pakistan players, British players, and Indian players playing for British India. So it was just like that, like amalgamation of players for Olympics was there. So after that, Pakistan got independent, India got independent, Great Britain obviously is an independent nation. So they all were coming up for the Olympics, and every team looked strong on paper. So in 1948 Olympics, like Balbir Singh Senior was there, and he made a name for himself, and also other players were also there. But what happened during that time was in 1948 Olympics. So India reached finals, and India had to face Great Britain, their rulers. So there was a personal, what you say, if you say a passion or an agenda or like personal, what you say, the fight, personal fight to like avenge what India had suffered before that as a whole. So during that time in 1948, like the match was like considered to be a battle of champions. Great Britain was very strong team themselves, and India was also considered like equally competent. So at that time when India defeated Great Britain 4-0 in the finals, and like the crowd who was sitting, they were shocked, and like they were shocked. They were not literally shocked, but yeah, they appreciated the hard work that Indian team had put up at that time. Indian team had worked hard, and like it's not easy. Like having been ruled for so many years and coming up, obviously it's a sport, but this is what brought us together. Like you can say it's a very important part of our history that brought India together. Like yes, we can defeat these guys. We then having been ruled by them, we can get over them. Yeah, we can beat them, and that brought and this hockey has played a huge part in Indian history as to gaining some recognition, gaining some fame all around the world. So during that victory was a big victory, a huge victory, not only for like just as a part of sport, but as a whole for a
For the
nation.
nation,
Having
yes,
beaten
yes.
them in 4-0, even in London, like it was in London, and beating them in front
In
of their
their
home
home,
crowd.
yes, yes.
Like it's like repetitive, yeah, repetitive of like defeating Germany
Germany, yes,
in
yes,
Germany
yes.
itself. So India has done it, and these were the moments like Indian hockey had like cherished, and we are living and like experiencing them, and just thinking about it makes us so happy. So just think about it, like they were playing it, and they were playing for their independent nation, and they did that work during that time.
Definitely, yeah. I mean that was certainly a golden period. Like I know one stat that India's score line across six events from 1928 to 1956 was 178 goals scored and seven goals taken. So they were unbeaten in 25 matches across these six editions. So it tells us that how dominant we were, and we lost the gold medal match in 1960 against our arch rivals Pakistan, and like
Pakistan, yes, yes,
we had won around 30 consecutive matches across seven events, and we had scored around 197 goals and conceded only 8 goals. Like I can't even
yeah,
imagine how was that possible. Like
I can
197
imagine.
goals scored and only conceded. So it tells us the story
Conceded,
that
yes,
not only our forwards or not only our strikers were good, but our goalkeepers were good too. Like they had a big role
yes,
to play. Like they were the saviors because only conceding 8 goals in those seven editions from 1928 to 1960 is a very big thing. And maybe people like youngsters like us today, they haven't felt that moment, so they don't know how it would have been at that time. But people who might have seen those
right,
matches, they know how that feeling would have been. And like India is the only team that has won 11 medals, like in hockey, out of
yes,
26 won by India at the Olympics. Like 26 medals and
right,
11 coming from hockey is a very big thing. And that too, 8 gold medals, one silver and two bronze medals. So, but after 1980, I feel that we couldn't, like hockey couldn't be that dominant. Maybe the teams were not that good, or maybe our opponents were too better than us. So like
I'll tell you.
the downfall had begun. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
continue.
yes.
Yeah, tell me.
Actually, I'll tell you. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Like I have another story. Like I did just remembered. Like in 1952 Helsinki Olympics. We have all seen movie Gold, right?
Yes, yes.
And like it somehow like portrays like what happened. It's not exact, but yeah, somehow portrays what happened. But in 1952 Helsinki Olympics, it was not easy for Indian team. Obviously, we are just seeing the brighter sides that India has won like 6 medals, but the hard work behind it, the things behind it, like it's not merry-go-round for every medal won, every gold medal won. So during 1952 Helsinki Olympics, first of all, the location. It was Finland, and Finland is considered to be land of the midnight sun. So it was like they would experience daylight for 24 hours a day for almost 70 days during the summer. So it was that, and India had to go there and like adjust to conditions. Uh, Plus, what happened was initially when they were selecting the squad, some disruptions were caused, like internal matters were there and internal disputes were there. So they went in there and like just before going to Helsinki Olympics, they lost the Indian team. They lost to Madras 11. So and they got defeated, and then captain KD Babu, he was injured during that match. He lost a tooth. So the times were tough. The times were tough for Indian hockey team, and and obviously it's the pressure also as well. Like we have won the previous 4 gold medals, and the fifth one, everyone is like uh, having attention on you, and like everyone is like thinking, yeah, India is going to win the gold medal, but you don't know what exactly is happening behind the scene. So during that time in 1952 Olympics, like there were a lot of problems, a lot of disputes, and post that and also there was an inexperienced squad during that time, but still with the experience of say Balbir Singh Senior, KD Babu, and Leslie Claudius and Keshav Dutt, somehow Indian team managed to reach finals. And in finals they defeat Netherlands say by 6 goals to 1. And Balbir Singh Senior, who's still holds the record for scoring the highest number of goals scored in an Olympic final. So he scored 5 goals. So you see, it's not easy for like these players. It was not easy during that time because first of all the location, like they had to adjust according to the climatic conditions. Secondly, the internal disputes, and then also some of the inexperienced players as well. So how tough was it for this Indian squad to have gone there and still won the gold medal
Still
for Indian
perform.
team?
Yes.
So yes,
Yeah, it was tough.
so
Definitely,
it has to
we
be.
like credit to them that they still performed and they still gave it their all. But again, like my point is that the downfall is such that it is hard to take it as an Indian fan. Like being dominant for years and then suddenly seeing that downfall, it tells us that like India couldn't continue what it had to. Like maybe, as I said, that maybe we didn't have those players, or maybe, like as far as I know, after 1980, cricket and polo became a dominant sport in India. I know polo isn't a sport that is being followed in India as of now, but cricket we all know how much it is followed. And at a point we didn't have those hockey heroes like Major Dhyanchand or Balbir Singh, or we didn't have them as heroes at that point of time. As well as maybe we, as I said, that we didn't have that facilities, we didn't have that training, and after the point we started losing that interest in hockey, like as fans also. Like I don't know, like that
Yes.
1928 to 1960, that dominance, and then suddenly not winning games, not winning medals. So there was something that was lacking, and I won't say that it was a passion of the players or it was like coaches not being up to the mark. I won't say that, but maybe we didn't have that spark that we needed, which still is missing, as well as we need things that take the Indian hockey forward. So, what do you think? Like, how did the downfall happen?
Yes, Abhishek, it's a very important point for Indian sports as a whole. Yeah, we are like at the moment we are cricket driven, crazy Indian India as a nation. So basically, things have to change, and like things have to change, and it has to be like what you say from the authorities as well. It's not only about the players and the coaches, it's also about the facilities, the infrastructure, the coaching, the authorities, like how willing are they to take the sport to newer heights. So during those times, we already had heroes, we had legends, we had players, we had magicians on the ball, and like it's been reputed, it's been like what you say, agreed to by all the nations that have seen them play during those times. So what we are lacking during these times are, first of all, I'll tell you, after post 1980, 1975 World Cup was India's last World Cup win. And in 2010, there was a World Cup that happened in New Delhi, and I went to saw that match, the quarterfinals against Australia. We had already taken the 2-0 lead, and we were like too excited to see that, and like we were like, yes, like the good times are coming back, because like Australia was then like world number one team, and having scored two early goals and having taken that lead, we were
I
optimistic now.
guess
Okay, yeah, we can go to the semi-final.
I guess we
We
had
can go to
lost
the
it
final. Yeah.
2-5. Australia had scored 5 goals in that match, I
Yes,
guess.
yes, yes. I was
Yeah,
coming to
2-5.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. That is what was happened. Like we were shocked. We were like so happy initially, and like after that, it like finished 2-5, and like we are dejected and devastated. Like how did this happen? But during those times, like if you go 10 to 11 years old back as well, there was a hockey league as well that was relishing, and like some people were watching then. But suddenly, what transpired, and like it has to, what you said, the blame has to somehow go to the authorities as well,
Associations.
and the
Yes, yes,
coaches,
yes.
not the
I
players.
I remember
I'll
with
tell you,
the
not the players, because
with with you mentioning that Australia game. I guess we had lost against Spain and England and South Africa badly, and then there was a huge criticism to the Indian Hockey Association that what is happening, why our teams are
yes,
not
yeah, yeah.
performing. So yeah, yeah, continue. Like
So
you were on the
I'll
right
tell
track.
you one point. Like I have read about it. I've read about it in many areas, and like people have said that we don't have turfs. We don't have turfs compared to the other foreign countries. The countries, they're already like in US. There are a lot of turfs, and like a lot of what you say hockey turfs that people can learn and play on. But India,
AstroTurfs
like
here.
Indian player, young players, this yeah, they start on like what you said, the muddy grounds and all, and then like when they become a professional player, they have to adjust to the what you say, the fast flowing turfs that are available, and like that are to be played on international level. So that is one factor that like couldn't what you say change according to the turfs and the like everything. But still, like there's no what you say stoppage, and like no lack of talent in India, and still like I'm
Lack,
seeing the
lack of
matches
talent,
right now also. Yeah,
lack of talent can never be issue in India. With being so
yes,
populated,
it
we
should
don't.
never be. It should never
It
be. If
should
like
never be.
people blame on like lack of talent, it
It's
yes.
yeah.
If
It's
they
like you
yes,
mentioned. You
yes,
mentioned
absolutely.
about the turfs. Like I know that astroturfs are something that, like in foreign countries, what I know is that they lead to power and stamina. They build stamina rather than playing on the muddy grounds, as you said. Because in India, we are still playing on that natural grass, which is something that is not happening on international level. That is something affecting us.
Yes, yes,
As well as we don't have that much infrastructure for hockey. Like I have hardly heard that we
yes.
are continuing to build stadiums. Like firstly, we need to build astroturfs where our athletes, our hockey players can practice, can build that environment around them, which can help them to progress ahead. But it's again the same thing that there needs
Hockey was
proper cover.
considered to be a national game.
National sport, yeah,
Sorry,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, and
Yeah,
then
it was a
seeing
national
that.
sport, and like we were passionate about it. Yeah, seeing that, yeah, seeing the downfall in front of our eyes, like we are also hurt as a group, because like we see other sports prosper, and like Indian hockey. I'm telling you, I'll give you an example. Like a few days ago, India had a match against Argentina. It was at around like 3 a.m. in the
Yeah,
morning,
3 a.m.
and I saw the whole match. I saw the whole match, and India, like they made an epic comeback in the last moment. Like to equalize through Harmanpreet Singh and and then winning that match in penalty strokes, and it was a very important victory from them because like they got an extra point in FIH Pro League. So these are the moments like obviously and I'll tell you a lot of hockey matches are not telecasted itself. If they'll not be
Yes,
telecasted,
yes, yes,
how can like people know that Indian hockey team is
yes,
playing?
yes, yes.
So this is
Exactly,
this
exactly.
kind of what you say now, like inequality because like this has been our national sport and we have to preserve it and we have to show it to the people because it requires a lot of skills,
Definitely,
determination, hard work to
definitely.
be a hockey player. And that is why, and like we have been famous for it and we wish like Indian hockey gets to that place the, in the later stages. And like I hope they do well in like Tokyo Olympics and prove it to the world that we are not done and dusted. We're still
Yes,
there
yes.
and we'll fight it till the end. And I hope and I wish Indian hockey team a lot of success during these Tokyo Olympics. I wish they go there if the Olympics are happening. They, if they go there and like they score and the what do you say grab a gold medal and make our nation proud again because we are proud of them and we want them to make us proud again and to make that what you say kind of what you say the success as a hockey as a sport again like to the people. So people need to
Definitely,
remember hockey
definitely.
players. And
We,
I'd like
we,
to I'm sorry, I'd like to end on a
yeah,
note. I'm sorry, Abhishek. I'd like to end on a note. I have named all the captains who have won the Olympic gold medals. Olympic, not the gold medals, but the Olympic medals
Olympic
itself.
medals, yeah.
So I'm just naming them in the order.
Sure, sure.
So so that people remember them, so that people remember them that these were the players who were the captains. I'm just remembering the captains because like other players, obviously there were it was a team effort, but still I'm remembering them. So I'll tell you the names. Jaipal Singh Munda in 1928 Olympics, Lal Shah Bokhari in 1932 Olympics, Dhyan Chand in 1936, Kishan Lal in 1948, KD Singh in 1952, Balbir Singh Senior in 1956, Leslie Claudius in 1960, Charanjit Singh in 1964, and Singh and Prithpal Singh. There were two captains in 1968 Olympics. Harmik Singh in 1972, Ajit Pal Singh in 1976, and Vasudev Bhaskaran in 1980 Olympics. So just try to remember these names because they were the legends of the game. And just not these names, you go about searching for the whole teams and the
Many, many
struggles they went
legends
through
will come
because
out.
like post
Yeah,
independence.
many legends will
Yes,
come
and
out of the team.
pre-independence, it was not good for India as well. You know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
India was struggling at that time with pre-independence, and still they managed to win gold medals. So these guys have to be remembered. Each and every name has to
Definitely,
be remembered by each and every person who sees this thing.
definitely. As
Sees
I
this
told you
Olympics.
that we need more role models, and good that you mentioned these names because they were role models and they still are for some hockey players and for the upcoming hockey players. So we just wish that hockey doesn't lose its spark, and there is some spark still left. And I hope, as you said, they really do well if the Tokyo Olympics happen. And I'm not even wishing for a gold medal or something, but I'm just wishing that they play well, they give their 100%,
Yeah.
and they increase their chances to win that gold medal. Not just like and come back with that pride that okay, Indian hockey is still alive, we are ready to go, and we are coming for that medal. So let's just hope that everything
And to all the people, I'd
happens.
like to say, I'm sorry, and to all the people, I'd like to say, "Fir dil do hockey ko." So in the end, I would like
Yes,
to say,
yes.
"Fir dil do." It was like a slogan earlier. It was used, and I still want to say, and it has been close to my heart, and I actually wanted to say it again. So, "Fir dil do hockey ko." So
Definitely,
like,
definitely. We hope that like we ending over here. We hope that our viewers like this, and please be safe and keep following the sports pod. Like, share, and comment on all the videos. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Utsav.
share as much as possible. Share as